Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be doing my top 5 favourite Pokemon. Now, within the Pokemon series we have seen a bunch of different Pokemon, varying from the starters to the legendaries and everything else in between. And I've just been going over some of the Pokemon that I quite enjoy and ones that I've used throughout my team throughout the different Pokemon games. So for number 5 is Pikipek. Now Pikipek is the standard starter route Pokemon in Sun and Moon, and I think Pikipek is a really cool looking Pokemon because of the way it's designed, because it kind of resembles a woodpecker slightly, and I do like its a small design. The only thing that puts Pikipek quite low on this list is because of its second form, Trumbeak. Because when I was playing through Pokemon Sun for the first time back when it was released like a few years ago, I think 2017, 2018, I think, roughly around those times, and when I saw Trumbeak I was quite disappointed, and when I saw Toucan I was like, it's better than Trumbeak, and I kind of wish that Pikipek and Toucan were the same, were only two Pokemon in the same evolutionary line. So you get Pikipek and then you get Toucan, and it would have been better. And I still like Pikipek, but it might have been a bit higher on this list if we didn't have Toucan as part of the evolutionary line of Pikipek. For number 4 is Wooloo. Now, Wooloo, its design is like that of a sheep, and I really do like sheep. It's like one of my favorite animals, and Wooloo's design is really nice and in a sort of adorable kind of way, if you could say, and it's like a big ball of fluff to me, and it's just a really nice design, and it's a evolutionary line, Double. I think those two designs, Wooloo and Double, are quite nice, and they learn quite good moves. That being like Takedown, Double Edge, Zen Headbutt, Wild Charge, and various other moves that can be learned either from Level Up, TM, or TR learning stuff. And yeah, I think Wooloo is like a nice, adorable design, and I think that Double is a lot cooler. And well, Wooloo's cool. I think Wooloo's like a lot better slightly than Double in my opinion. So yeah. For number 3 is Garchomp. Now with Garchomp, I think with this design it looks like this. It's a really cool and intimidating Pokemon, because if you look at its typing, Dragon Ground, it does show that it lives up to its types, because it's basically this land shark thing, and I think it's a really cool and interesting design. Its mega form is not as good stats wise and maybe design wise, because I feel like that with regular Garchomp it's a decent design, and I think it's a really interesting way of creating a Pokemon. And I do like how, depending on which gender that you get of Garchomp, whether it's a female one or a male one, they both have different fins. So if you get a male Garchomp, you'll see that a bit of their fin is missing, but if you get a female Garchomp, you'll see that their fin has no chip in it. Yeah, and regular Garchomp has got better stats than Mega Garchomp, and yeah, and I think it's like I think Garchomp is one of those really cool and interesting Pokemon that you could use in like any battle, from Generation 4 onwards, that had Garchomp as a part of the team and Pokédex and whatever region that you're in. And I think it's a really cool and interesting Dragon type as well as Ground type as well. For number 2 is Crocodile. Now, Crocodile I really enjoy using whenever I'm playing Black or White or Black or White 2, because the one that I use is probably one of the best Pokemon that I've used in any of the games, mainly because of its ability, Moxie. Now, Moxie is an ability in which every time a Pokemon faints another one or takes one out, their attack stats is raised by 1. And I think that is probably why I like Crocodile quite a lot. I like its design as well. I think it's basically this ground dark type, and it's basically a crocodile, and that, along with the moves that I have for it, is probably why I quite like Crocodile, because it has like Dig, Crunch, Focus Blast, or Brick Break, depending on what I feel like using, or Dragon Rage, or Outrage, or Dragon Claw. Again, like with Focus Blast or Brick Break, I either choose Outrage or Dragon Claw, depending on how I'm feeling. And that, along with Moxie, is the reason why I quite like Crocodile, and it's also helped me a lot in some of the battles that I did when I was playing through Black and White, or Black and White 2. For instance, with the Elite Four, I managed to beat, like, the Psychic type member and the Ghost type member of the Elite Four quite easily, because I've got Crocodile and its Moxie ability, as well as like Crunch and stuff like that. And its design is really interesting and really intimidating and really cool, kind of like Garchomp's design. And it would have been nice if Crocodile was given a Mega Form, and we could have seen him like saying something cooler, maybe some sort of spikes coming out of his shoulders, kind of like how Mega Charizard X kind of has blue spikes coming out of his shoulders. And yeah, it would have been really cool to have Crocodile being given some sort of Mega Form to make him look a bit cooler, but that might have, made him, I don't know how to put it into words if Crocodile did have a Mega Form. And for number 1 is Luxray. Now, Luxray is a special Pokemon to me, mainly because it was the very first one that I ever caught in a Pokemon game. Because when I first played Pearl, which was given to me by an old friend of mine, the very first Pokemon that I caught was a Shinx, and that became a Luxray, and that's why I really love Luxray. It was the very first Pokemon that I ever caught, and it's just like I think the first Pokemon you catch ever, if depending on which game you get, it's like you'll have you'll form a bond with that, kind of like how you form a bond with your starter. So if you choose like a starter Pokemon, like let's say Charmander or Trico or Froakie, or whichever generation you're in, the starter will always be like your starter. But I feel like that the very first Pokemon that you caught in your very first Pokemon game will also be like your secondary starter, in my opinion, because that was the very first Pokemon that you ever caught, and you'll have some attachment to it, and that's what I feel like with Luxray. And also, I really like Luxray's design, during the evolutionary lines of Shinx to Luxio to Luxray. Because with Shinx, it's basically like this little sort of cat, lion Pokemon. And then with Luxio, it's kind of like this sort of teenage version of Shinx. So it's basically not fully to adulthood, but it's like halfway there. And then with Luxray, it's basically like a proud lion cat Pokemon thing. And yeah, and I really like this design because you've got the mane, you've got like the blue and black combination, and also like the tail that's quite cool with the whole star yellow thing that has got on the end of his tail. And I do like the electric type for it. Would have been nice if it had, again, like with Crocodile, a Mega Form, and then if Luxray did have a Mega Form, it could have been given that dark typing to it. And yeah, and some of the moves that you can teach Luxray are quite nice. So the moves I have for Luxray are Double Team, Thunder Shock, not Thunder Shock, Double Team, Thunder Fang, Discharge, and Crunch. Those are the moves I have for Luxray, and I really think that Luxray is a really cool, interesting Pokemon, and whenever I do play Diamond or Pearl or Platinum, or when it comes to Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, I will always catch myself a Shinx so that I can get a Luxray. So that's been my top 5 favourite Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.